We've been doing this for several months now. This is actually our 8th workshop to really both empower people in the healthcare industry and really any industry, make this stuff not that scary. About putting yourself out there, creating video, creating content, doing live streams to ultimately reach and help more people. That's the goal. As well as it's a great networking opportunity, right? To see other people here. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this one today. I think it will be very helpful for you all. Personal branding. So what exactly that means and how to do that in the digital landscape. And I'm going to show you our exact 5-step formula for how to generate leads and clients through videos. So
awesome.
Yeah. So
Are you gonna? Did you say you're gonna be able to forward the slides to us?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So if you're all at all interested, afterwards, just let me know. I'll send you this one. For Elizabeth and Doug, if you were at all interested, I have all of the other slideshows that I'd be happy, and Julianne as well, of course. I'd be happy to send that to you.
It's a real
It's a
resource,
lot of
you guys. Yeah, this is
great
incredible.
insight on digital strategies. So we're going to go over why personal branding is so important, really for both you and your employees. If you're a part of a business, if you're a business owner or a part of a healthcare center or really any industry. What exactly it means to build your personal brand, more specifically online. How to get started building your brand, so a lot of different strategies involved that you can think about and create content around. And then the step-by-step formula we personally use and a lot of other marketers use as well to specifically target an audience and convert them into whatever you'd like. More phone calls, more emails, website traffic, ultimately more clients and helping more people. So for those of you that, a couple people here know me, just to dabble a little bit, so my name's Austin Armstrong. I've been doing stuff in the digital marketing space for about 13 years. Started when I was about 14 years old on MySpace, doing some lead generation, really just having fun and not knowing what I was doing, but was pretty successful at it. I've been with Therapy Cable for about 4 years now. I think it actually just hit 4 years a month ago, so says LinkedIn. So I'm very happy here. I love what I do. I get to help people in the healthcare space, doctors, psychologists, treatment centers, with video and digital marketing. Digital marketing is my passion, so I love what I do. But since being here with Therapy Cable, we've produced over 700 different videos and different topics. Everything from addiction treatment, psychology, therapy, nonprofits. Done a lot of event coverage, and Franz and I have both done music videos as well, so we have a lot of fun. This is our founder, Dr. G, Dr. Asan Garaj-Dagi. I'm sure you're all familiar with him. California licensed clinical psychologist, specialties couples and sex therapy, substance use addiction, complex trauma, youth concerns, and he's literally dabbled and been super influential in all of Orange County and even spreading out more than that. He founded Therapy Cable back in 2013, which was really revolutionary idea, if you can think back that far, that live streaming and videos are only really becoming really popular now, and especially in the healthcare industry, they're still not caught up. So that's why we want to do this. So he was really ahead of his time back in 2013. We were actually doing live streaming back then. Both on YouTube. We were a YouTube partner back when everyone wasn't automatically given that. It was an approval process. And yeah, he's just been helping people out, networking with different professionals. Most of you in this room have done some videos with us in the past.
A nice picture of him, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a man with a great heart.
Sure is.
And he's smiling.
So I want to start this with, so what does personal brand mean to you? Any ideas? What does that term mean to you?
Who am I? What do I do? What do I offer? What are my services?
Yeah.
What's my background?
Yeah.
That's my niche.
What's your niche?
Personality, talents.
Yeah, differentiating you as the individual and the expert outside of your business. So yeah, personal branding is really the practice of people marketing themselves and their careers as brands, essentially the ongoing process of establishing a prescribed image or impression in the mind of others of an individual. So it helps put yourself out there so the people that you're reaching, the clients, the potential buyers, they're getting that more personalized feel rather than reaching out to a logo. So some of the benefits of developing a personal brand, you can cover more ground. You can highlight your expertise, your services, your knowledge, put your personality out there to connect with people.
How do you mean cover more ground? Can you just say a word more about that?
Yeah, so actually what that means is in a content perspective, highlighting all of your expertise, all of your knowledge, all of your services, all of your products, everything that you feel that you can talk and communicate about, whether you think it's a very small detail or not, someone's going to be interested in that.
Okay. Thank you.
So it can, it actually, if you do this correctly and optimize all of your content and continue to put it out there, it can actually work as an employee that works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that you don't have to pay. So think about that. You're literally duplicating yourself, putting it out there on the platforms where you know people are searching for these particular terms, and then what you do with that, you can funnel them into your website, you can funnel them into generating phone calls, so your videos live, and it just, every now you have your phone number listed on there, and your cell phone rings in your pocket, and it's a person that just watched your video, wants to learn more. We get these calls every week and emails because we do these with Dr. G and treatment centers and whatnot, that's just putting genuine, helpful content out there. It, of course, establishes a more personal connection. Like I was saying, it takes that veil from the logo or just from the entity of a specific company, and it personalizes it. I'm a big advocate for transparency in businesses, so you can establish that connection and get that human connection between the individual. And the best brand evangelists are your own happy employees. So if you're in a work environment, if you're a boss or just a coworker with a bunch of people, encourage them to also put their expertise, their knowledge, their passion out there, if they're willing, of course. Because if you're doing this for yourself and it's spreading out, think about how powerful that is if you have just one other employee, 5 employees, 10 coworkers or employees that are all putting their personal knowledge, expertise, perspectives out there to their audience that they're building, their friends, their family. It just bubbles and spreads out that way. It's very important. So here's a couple examples of great personal brands. These 3 you've probably heard of or know somewhat. Richard Branson, of course, with Virgin Group. Steve Jobs, rest in peace, formerly with Apple and Pixar. And Elon Musk with Tesla, SpaceX, and everything else that he's doing. These are 3 huge entrepreneurs that put themselves out there that spread their message, spread their knowledge, spread their expertise, and that in return funnels into their business, driving more. Richard Branson with Virgin Airways, everything else that he's doing. He's dabbling into space travel, as is Elon Musk, obviously, with SpaceX, and Steve Jobs, a great example of forward-thinking entrepreneur. These are just 3 examples. There's so many others that continue to live on. Oprah, Zig Ziglar, the list goes on. These are 2 examples of internet personalities you may or may not have heard of yet. And it is super obtainable for anyone in this room, or literally anyone, to put their knowledge, their expertise out there, their passions out there, whether it is in the healthcare space or anything that you're interested in. Katie Morton I've talked about her before. I'm a huge fan of her work and what she does. She's a licensed marriage and family therapist and the biggest personality on YouTube in this space. She has about 350,000 subscribers.
Wow.
She's generating over several million views every single month. She's actually a YouTube partner now, so she's doing work with YouTube specifically. And all of her content is based around therapist and friend. That's her mission. She puts content out there around personality disorders, addiction, substance abuse, mental health, all of these different aspects that are truly helpful. She's being truly helpful. And it's generating her a ton of money from different perspectives online, just through Google AdSense, YouTube revenue. It's also fueling her private practice. And if you're familiar with a platform called Patreon, which is crowdfunding for your channel, for your social media, she actually uses this to do like Skype sessions. So she'll charge $500 or $1,000 for a private consultation for an hour or whatnot. So she can literally be on Skype with an individual and talk to them about whatever they're going through to offer her expertise. So you don't even need to be in the same zip code to get therapy.
But
And
you
then,
may be in the same state.
Right.
yeah, well, yeah.
I was just gonna say.
And then Gary Vaynerchuk has blown up in the last couple of years, really because what he does is help individuals that are passionate about particular topics in any industry find that passion and how to put that content out there. He's CEO of VaynerMedia and Wine Library. VaynerMedia is a huge PR and marketing advertisement agency that works with massive brands, and his passion is wine because he grew up in his father's wine store, and he just started doing videos of tasting wines and giving his thoughts and insight and putting it out there. He literally, his content strategy now, he hired a full-time videographer that just follows him 12 hours a day, walking down the street, in an airport, going to public speaking events, recording everything, recording his thoughts, his private consultations, all of these different things, and then that guy puts it out on social media constantly, every single platform, 10 times a day. And he has millions of followers on every single social media platform, and it's just funneling into his business.
I want to thank you. He's the author of the book that you recommended to me.
Yes. Did you check it out yet?
Yeah, no, I've read about 100 pages of it in one
Oh
time.
wow! Oh good. Is it inspiring?
I think you should mention the book because it really locates in what we're talking about. It's very
Absolutely.
accessible. I was
Yeah.
worried about that, and it's also not cheesy. I was worried about that.
It's straight. He's a very blunt person who puts it out there and is just a big advocate for grinding and working it out. You know, you have your job 9 to 5 or whatever you're working. You have your friends, or family, your kids that you need to take care of, and then taking that 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. to focus on what you want to build over the next couple of years, and dedicating that time, you know, waking up an extra hour or 2 hours early and outlining this stuff and just creating and learning as you go.
And what's the book title?
Crush it.
Crush It. That came out in 2009. Great book.
I was worried that it might be dated, might feel dated. It doesn't at all.
Yeah.
'Cause he doesn't get into specific technology per se, so you're not limited by that. And the principles.
Well, he does get later into the
Oh,
book.
okay, well,
He does get
okay.
into specific
Okay.
platforms,
I stand
but
corrected
the message is still true. And he just released his new book following up called Crushing It, which I'm almost done with now. It's a great book. Just came out last month.
Don't be thrown off by the title, you guys. Okay. It's a great.
It's
great
amazing.
concept.
It's amazing.
Guys. Wine.
Easy
crushing it.
read. Yeah. Crushing the wine.
With your feet.
So here's just a couple ideas and strategies for growing your personal brand online. Really start by quantifying your expertise, your knowledge, and your passions. Maybe you've done this, maybe you haven't done this. This is a great thought exercise. Write down everything, start broad, everything that you know. Start with therapy, start with mental health, nonprofit, personality disorders, whatever you're passionate about, whether it's in the healthcare industry or if you like wine, or if you're a drummer, or anything that you're.
I'll tell you something,
You're
Doug and I were
interested in.
talking about right before we began,
Yeah.
we both have an interest in spirituality and psychology and the intersection
There you go.
between them. And so that's on my website, is that interest. Also because I am a drummer and a musician, that's on my website in terms of working with clients that are dealing with issues of creativity.
Yeah.
And I draw clients for both those interests, and the things that I read and do that stuff for personal pleasure.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me that what's off the beaten track kind of identifies me as being off the beaten track.
Absolutely, yeah. That's passion of yours. Yeah, tie into that. Yeah. So once quantified, you want to break it down even more. You want to break down all of the little subtleties and start creating content around that on multiple platforms: videos, live streams, blog articles, across all different platforms using Medium. Medium is a great writer outlet that you don't need a website to have, but you can just put a really valuable piece of content on there, and a lot of people will be drawn to that. You can write about anything. It's a great platform that you don't need to start your own blog from the base. You can use and leverage their audience that are interested in all of these different topics and write on that platform.
Okay, so it's,
And then-
all you do is Google Medium blog? or-
Medium.com.
Medium.com?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I think this is probably just more of my own insecurities, but with the amount of information that's out there, it almost feels like every industry is kind of saturated, and then how do we create our
Think
own?
about it this way. Yes, there's a lot of different content out there. Really, all people want is a favorite person to get that content from.
A favorite person, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a
So
story about this personally in terms of going through my own addiction. I lost my license in psychology owing to addiction. And so it was a big scarlet letter for the longest time, and I still have a lot of pain around that. But at some point it shifted towards, this is my story. I work with addicts in recovery now. That's how I pay living amends. I put my story out there and I started creating blogs around shame and stigma around addiction and recovery. And the story is a combination of research on the brain and addiction. And my background as a psychologist for 20 years before I got addicted. And now if you do a Google search for shame or stigma on addiction, I'm the very top. And that's within the last few years. It's just creating a lot of content and stuff that I care about.
Yeah,
It's been
absolutely,
healing
yeah.
for me, but it's also the clients that I work with and so on. So it's taking something that was actually painful and shameful and all the rest of that, and it's been a miracle to me that it's turned around, that I don't feel boastful about it at all. It's actually turned around as leveraging whoever has that issue
Yeah.
around their own addiction recovery, which is a lot of people.
And you have a
If they go online and look
yeah.
that topic up, they see me first, which is amazing because I haven't had any other strategy than communicating what I think could be
Yeah.
material for the sake of healing. So
Wow.
it's just the idea is, and I would have thought the same thing. It's like, oh, there's so many people who have written books and done their research and all this kind of stuff, and within a few years it rose to the top with no other promotion other than just generating content.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
encouraging.
I say that to be hopeful for you.
Yeah, no, it is, because I'm kind of like, I have to find my way to squeeze into the,
Well,
the
yeah.
digital pie, if
Not
you
only
will.
that, you have unique experiences on this particular subject matter. And from an algorithmic point of view, on take YouTube specifically, if you're to create a video on a particular topic, someone's not going to watch one video and be like, okay, I have this entire concept memorized. You're gonna show up in suggested videos on the same type of video. So they're gonna watch one video, they're gonna see yours, they're gonna watch yours, and then they're gonna hopefully watch more of your content if you're able to soak them in. But YouTube and really search engines in general want to provide you with the most relevant, engaging content, and their goal as a social media and website platform is to keep you on their website as long as possible.
Okay, yeah, so they're doing the work for me, I'm just
Right.
having to produce content. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is why I'm here.
There's a side benefit for all of us who are in the therapy world, is that most of my current clients review, because I have dozens, if not hundreds of videos, they review it as part of the counseling and the therapy. They actually review on their own, or we'll talk about it. And so you've got this whole catalog now of material you've created, not only for marketing, but
Yeah.
also for supplementing your
Clients,
practice.
yeah,
It's
that's
really
good.
useful. Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually referring to YouTube videos that I
Yeah.
have found
Refer them to
Right.
them.
That's what I'm doing with my
self-referral, yeah.
podcast too.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm happy-
you got
I'm
that
happy you're bringing
library
up-
of 119
Right on.
podcasts.
A few friends
Yeah.
and I have a podcast together, and that's been
Awesome.
only. I mean, we've kind of.
What's it about?
It's about being. It's about. Our little group is called Balanced Life, so it's we interview helping professionals to learn something about how they manage their life and keep
Love it.
balanced as a
Good for
healthy
you.
professional.
Yeah.
So we've got about 20 episodes, but we haven't recorded it in a few months. So I'm kind of reminding myself that we actually have that going, and now we have to keep that going. So
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's-
I'll text them today.
That's a great segue into this next point, is go to more networking events and things like this that you're already going to. If you're going to 1 a month, go to 2. If you're going to 1 a week, go to 8. Go to 2 a week. Start doing more and start networking with all of those people and driving them into your content, just as you did. So now we're all aware of your podcast, aware of your content. So as you're talking to people and getting your expertise out there, getting your personality, your brand awareness out there, you're also telling them to check out all of your content that may be helpful to them. And naturally, some people are going to throw your business card away and,
Sure,
and
yes.
forget you.
I don't
but
want them anyway.
but
Just kidding.
some of them will come through.
Yeah.
Just you saying what you said opens up for me. I've got 2 clients right now that are at UC Irvine, dealing with addiction, and also really looking to balance out their lives. And so you become a resource for me, your podcast. So it's just as simple as that. It just
Yeah.
comes up organically.
Exactly.
That would be cool to
Yeah.
link to you.
Well, and I have a lot of experience in addiction recovery,
Okay.
so
All right,
yeah.
great.
I'll give you 2 cards.
That's fine. Put another one over there.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah, keep going.
I got
great thing to keep doing is as you build this content online and you get viewers in, you're going to get people asking questions saying, thanks, this was great, all of these things. You want to react and comment back on everything, whether it's negative, whether it's positive, whether it has nothing to do with it whatsoever. Engage with those people online, because there's a couple different ideas here. One is that everyone likes to be heard and acknowledged. So you as the channel, whether you have 0 subscribers now or you have 10 million subscribers tomorrow, you're an authority in that space. Someone's taking the time to comment, take the time to comment back as much as you possibly can. As you continue to create content, get more popular, it's going to take more time. It will exponentially grow. So continue. If you get 10,000 comments a day, try to write 10,000 responses.
Are you gonna cover the different media brands that there are out there? Like, what's a podcast versus an internet radio show versus a...
Not in this one specifically. We can talk after if you'd like. And I have 7 other PowerPoints on that, different aspects of those topics. Just because we're limited to about an hour today. Just kind of covering, personal brand awareness and this strategy. I could talk to you all day about this stuff.
There's a lot of resource, Elizabeth, in the previous podcast. He did one on just how to do Facebook groups specific to Facebook and so on. So I think there's a lot of resource in past videos too.
Yeah, be happy to have a conversation with you. Set up specialized workshops, just like this one, for whatever your industry, whatever your expertise, your knowledge is. Start talking to people. I reached all of you through emails. Just start, because it's something that you're all interested in. This is how I grow this. I send emails out. I provide hopefully valuable content, and people continue to come back, and new people come.
And you send reminders.
I send reminders. You have to send reminders.
Yeah. You're
So you
really
do
good
this
about
once
doing
a
that.
month, or how often?
Twice a month, every other Monday. So actually in 2 weeks I will be out of country, so in 2 weeks it's postponed. But I'll send when the next one's scheduled. Will
You'll
be
come
there.
back, you'll do it when you're jet lagged from China.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually live stream in China at the airport. We're gonna do this. I can't be there with you.
Franz, do you follow him around 12 hours a day and record his every move?
I can't afford Franz. And then another great strategy is collaboration. Finding other popular outfits in your space and engaging with them. Blog writers, other YouTube artists, popular podcasts, general websites that index everything in a particular industry, people on Twitter, anything. Reach out to these people and collaborate, because you'll reach their audience will reach your audience, and et cetera, and it's a great growth strategy to get yourself out there.
I immediately want to have Doug on our podcast.
Perfect.
Ask an addiction specialist. And
Yeah,
I also
we do
want to
that.
be on your podcast.
Okay.
There we go.
It just immediately just comes up. It's just a natural.
Absolutely. See how it spreads?
I'm in.
And it's all because of a workshop. Awesome. So, does anyone have any other questions about personal branding, and any ideas about personal branding before we get into this ad strategy?
I've heard you mention logo a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about a physical logo that represents you, or are you the logo?
Logo in the sense of the business. So, for instance, Virgin Group, Virgin Mobile. Can you kind of picture their logo? Okay, that's the brand. That's the business. Richard Branson is the personal brand. That's you. So you want to be an advocate for yourself, your knowledge, your expertise, that in return funnels business into your company. Does that make sense?